Hello, good morning, year 6. Here's your recorded lesson. It's all about days, weeks, months, and years. Okay, let's recall or let's check our learning objectives for today. You should know how to convert numbers of weeks, months, and year in number of days. Solve problem involving days, weeks, months, and year. And these are the things that you're going to remember. Okay, in 1 week, how many days? Do you remember? How many days do we have in 1 week? Okay, of course, we have 7 days. And how many days in 1 month? 30 days, sometimes 31. Okay, how many months? In 1 month, how many weeks? We have 4 weeks. In 1 year, we have 365 days. But if it's leap year, we have 366 days. In 1 year, we have usually it will be leap year every 4 years. So therefore, if you count after the leap year previously, then after 4 years, you will have 366 days. So why do we call it leap year? So remember, it's every 4 years. So, and February, when it's leap year, February will be 29 days. That's why from the normal days, we have 365 days, but when it's leap year, 366 days, because February is until February 29. Now, how many weeks in 1 year? There are 52 weeks. How many months in 1 year? There are 12 months. 1 decade, how many years? Now, deca means 10. So 1 decade, we have 10 years. 1 century, from the root word cent, which is 100. So 1 century, that's why we are saying centennial. So 1 century is 100 years. 1 millennium is 1,000 years. Okay, please make sure that you're going to remember all this, okay, so that it's easy to convert. Okay, it is in your textbook page. Okay, you can check your textbook, page 11. Page 11, you have days, weeks, months, and years, and all what I have shown you in the PowerPoint is in that page 11. Okay? Now remember, what are the months that has 30 days? So we have September, April, June, and November. And the rest of the months, okay, are 31 days. So what are they? They are January, March, July, May, July, August, and December. They are having 31 days, except for February, because February alone, which has 28 days and 29 in its leap year. That's what I have said a while ago. Okay, now let's answer some questions. Now let's answer these questions. Change the following in number of days, weeks, months, or years. Now let's read the first question. How many days were there in 4 months? So since they're asking days, that means you have to remember how many days in 1 month. Okay, so we have 4 months, or you can have days. Okay, so how many days were there in 4 months? Remember that 1 month, how many days in 1 month? There are 30 days. So it depends in so remember that 1 month is 30 days. So we have 4 months. So 4 months times 20 is 120. So there are 120 days. If it's 31 days, okay, so you will have 124. Now, next, so there are 120 days in 4 months. So if we count from January, February, March, April, so it depends. So you have to calculate which month it falls, okay? Now, how many weeks were there in 100 days? So since they're asking weeks, then you have to think in 1 week, how many days? So you have to remember that 1 week has 7 days. So we are asking how many weeks, okay? So you are going to divide 100 divided by 7, which is 14. Remainder 2 days. So there are 2 days left. So 14 weeks and 2 days in 100 days. Okay, another question. How many months were there in 8 years? So remember that 1 year is 12. There are 12 months in a year. So what do? We are going to multiply. Multiply 8 times 12 equals 96 months. So there are 96 months in 8 years. Now, last one. How many years were there in 80 months? So we need to know again, in 1 year there are 12 months. So how many years in 80 months? So we are going to divide. So you are always remembering in 1 year how many months? There are 12 months. So we will divide 80 divided by 12 is 6. So there are 6 years and 8 months in 80 days. Okay, so now let's try this one. Write whether each of these statements is true or false. So there are more weeks in a year than days in a month. So do you think there are more weeks in a year than days in a month? Okay, the answer is true. So there are 52 weeks a year and there are 30 or 31 days in a month. There are more months with 30 days than with 31 days. Let's check. Is it so? It is false because let's check now. I have just discussed you how many months that have 30 days. So let's check first. So all the months that has 30 days, April, June, September, November, and October. So there are only 5 months with 30 days. And let's check the months that has 31 days. Let's count January, March, May, July, August, October, and December. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 months that has 31 days, while there are only 5 months that with 30 days. So it is false. If today is February 20, you have 10 days before March 1. Is it true or false? It is false. Why it is false? Because remember, February has 28 days. So there are only 8 days before March 1, not 10 days. Okay? Now, now, I want you in page 11, question 1, answer the question. How many, these are the numbers of weeks and number of days. So remember, when it's weeks and days, in 1 week, how many days? This is your guide, okay? So in 1 week, let's change this. So your guide is 1 week. There are 7 days. Okay, you can pause your video and then answer this one. Okay, are you done? Can you check your answer, please? So in 1 week, how many days? Of course, we have 7 days. Then in 2, we have 14. 3 weeks, we have 21. In 4 weeks, we have 28. So how about if we have 35 days? Of course, we have how many? 35 divided by 7 is 7 weeks. 420 divided by 7, we have 60 weeks. Okay? Did you do it correctly? Very good. Now let's try this one. Number of months. So if we have 12 months, we have 24 months, 36 months, but how many years? So remember, in 1 year, how many months? We have 1. So we have 24 months. So 24 divided by 12 is 2. 36 divided by 12, 3. Isn't it? So since 1 year is 12 months, 2 years is 24 months, so 3 years is 36. How about if we have 10? Therefore, we are going to multiply 10 times 12, so which is 120. Then 15 times 12. What did you get? How many? It is 180. Then, in 100 years, how many months? So you will multiply 12 times 100. What did you get? There you go. Okay, so always remember, in 1 week there are 7 days, and in 1 year there are 12 months. So you will just multiply or divide to get the months. Okay, to get the months, you're going to multiply, and to get the years, just divide. Simple as that. Who got it all correctly? Okay, in your page 11, question 2 entry, let's answer this together. How many weeks? In 5 weeks, how many days? As I told you a while ago, you have to check. The question is days to weeks, okay? So your guide again, as I said, 1 week is how many days? 7 days. Okay, so this is your guide. Since we need, how many days are there in 5 weeks? So 5 times 7. So just multiply times 7 equals 35 days. Next. So if we have 8 weeks, how many days? So we have 56 days. Okay. How about this one? 3 times, let's just do this. 3 times 7 plus 2 equals, so 3 times 7, 21, plus 2 is 23 days. Okay, now let's move on. I hope you have done it correctly. So now 10 times 7 plus 6 equals 76. Easy. Now, can you try this one? Now, it's the opposite now. There are 35 days. How many weeks? So, since the number of days is more than the week, so you have to divide. So, you remember, when we are converting days to weeks, you are going to multiply. And question 3, what do you think we have to do? We are going to divide. Can you try? Okay, check your answer now. So we are going to divide 35 divided by 7. So we will divide by 7 equals 35 divided by 7, which is 5 weeks. Next, what's your answer? Divide 7 equals 6 weeks. Again, divide by 7. Yes, 10 weeks. How about this? So 707. So meaning we will add 7, we will cut 7 days. So divided by 7, which is 100. 100 times 7 is 700. Plus 7 days. So it will be 101 weeks. Okay? Easy. So remember now, when we are converting days to weeks, we will multiply by 7. If we are converting days to weeks, you are going to divide. Clear? Okay, very good. Now let's have the problem solving. Ramadan will have a chance to start in April 12, 2021. If today is 1st January, how many months, weeks, and days before Ramadan? Okay, so how many months? Now it's January, so include January, February, March. So it will be 3 months. Yes, so that is 3 months. And then, and how many? Then from 1st day to 12th day, there is 1 week. And then 12 minus 7 is 5. So then there were 5 days remaining. Therefore, 3 months. Okay, I will write it there so it will be clear. So 3 months, 1 week, and 5 days. Okay, so that means to say, when you are converting days, weeks, months, and years, make sure that you remember all what I have told you in the very beginning about how many days in 1 week, how many days in 1 month, how many months in a year, how many weeks in a month, and how many weeks in a year. Okay, I hope you understand this lesson. Bye for now.